What's up, guys?
Welcome to
episode 2.
Episode 2.
The Hustle Times.
Hustle Times. We made it through episode 1. We survived, and we're back again.
We're back.
Wow.
Exactly 1 week later.
Like a survivor.
That's what we do.
And we survive.
Survive.
And we thrive.
We thrive.
Maybe dive sometimes. Eat chives.
Exactly.
Keep it alive.
We're going to be talking about a lot of awesome stuff on today's podcast.
Yeah, today we actually we went to Taco Tuesday today.
Went to Taco Tuesday, and I'm really thirsty right now, so I'm gonna be popping open this GT Synergy Kombucha Cosmic Cranberry.
It's a thing that John Cage has. Kombucha is just like an addiction. But you know what's another addiction that John told me about?
Oh, it's a good segue.
Instagram. So we were talking today about the importance and the rise of social media for actually, building businesses and brands and just promotion in general. And John Cage over here is an Instagram master.
I'm definitely an Instagram addict. I see a lot of value in Instagram, and it's... Yeah, I mean, what should we talk about?
I think let's talk about the genesis of your Instagram addiction. As in, when did it start? Because I remember when we first met, you were all about YouTube. Remember this?
I was, yeah. But I actually feel like a better segue would be if we started off with just kind of broad, like, social media. And when we think about social media these days.
Yes. So we're going to talk about, I think, why social media is so powerful right now. And I think it's because it's easy access. Anyone can sign up for a social media account. It's free. It's you can access it on your phone, your computer. And usually these social media platforms have very good user experience and interfaces. So it's not, complicated to write a tweet or, create an Instagram photo or even share a status update on your Facebook. It's fast.
Yeah.
And for brands and companies, it's easier for you to reach millions, if not billions of people through social media rather than paying for an ad.
Yeah, like traditional ads are pretty much extinct, I feel like, but that's getting deeper into the topic. I feel like a good analogy for this would be musicians.
Okay.
Because we're both musicians.
Yeah.
And I have a music company, multiple music companies. And I remember when social media came out, I grew up and we grew up in an era where distribution for music was done through the record labels.
Yeah.
And a lot of traditional advertising and marketing.
Yeah, remember
and
A&Rs?
These days, yeah, back in the day, if you guys are,
Born in the 80s?
Born in the 80s, we used to have these things called A&R reps.
Yeah.
What did these A&R reps do?
It's called artist relations, right?
Artist relations.
Basically were the ones who went out to find artists for record labels.
Yeah.
And, you would want to get in touch with an A&R if you wanted to be part of Interscope and Def Jam and all the big labels. And what happened was, of course, Napster came along and made music easier to share and download and kind of turned the industry upside down because you could, yes, it kind of hurt a lot of the sales for music, but also allowed for independent artists to upload their songs and distribute their songs to everyone around the world. I remember a lot of people during that time complaining about it. Oh, my album sales are down.
That was like the whole Metallica Napster thing.
Yeah, it sucked. It still sucks for a lot of artists. But the flip side to it is that you also have access to a wider range of audiences out there. I think people, don't understand, like, where with a social media post or a SoundCloud post, you're reaching people in wherever there's internet. Except for in China because they don't have YouTube or Facebook in China.
Just think, you're reaching people. You're reaching people in the bathroom while they take a shit.
I know, while they're listening to your music.
They're watching your videos while they take a shit in the bathroom.
You're helping them with their constipation. You're actually helping their stools have a smooth ride.
You're soothing their soul. They're soothing.
Soundtrack to someone's poop.
Yeah.
Poop soundtrack.
So it used to be like I remember when I was a teenager, my dream was to get signed to like a major record label.
Yeah.
And I used to think about that a lot, and I'm like, at first it seemed impossible, but then like, when I graduated high school, I was like, okay, I really want to take this seriously, and that's what I had in my head. Like when I came out to Hollywood, came out to LA for music school, guitar school, and when I came out here, I was like, okay, like how am I gonna get a record deal?
Yeah.
And then that's kind of when like the whole YouTube shift was happening, and the whole like independent movement, as I like to say, for musicians.
I mean, like I moved to LA because like I wanted to get into the porn industry. I thought I could really make it as a porn star. But then my skills in bed were unmatched, and I felt that the world needed to see me perform on camera. But honestly, when I came into to Hollywood, I was in the entertainment industry,
the adult entertainment
industry, and the
don't sugarcoat it. Don't sugarcoat
it. It's keep it PG here.
See, this is PG. Sometimes we get a little off topic.
Off topic, but it's also on topic.
Too into the topic.
Too detailed. But when I came to Hollywood in the entertainment industry, it was about the traditional Hollywood process of selling scripts. You come up with an idea, you write a script, you either go to the film festivals and try to find a director to work with, managers, agents, or you go to a pitch contest. Then you get a manager or whatnot, go out, try to sell it to a studio, and then you would hope and dream that someone buys your script. Then you go out and make your movie 5 years down the line, and they actually buy your property outright. So for like $50,000, they'll option a script, $250,000, they'll buy it outright, and you have no share in any of the profits. And that was the traditional Hollywood way, and it's still going on today. But when YouTube came along and that kind of switched gears, that kind of interrupted and disrupted the system, because people were able to post their short films and their skits online. And then Blip TV came out and a lot of other video distribution platforms. But then now, of course, you have Hulu and Amazon Prime and Netflix. And then you have YouTube Red, Vimeo. I mean, a lot of these distribution platforms are creating content that you can make by yourself, really, with a 5D, the right sound person, an editor, and the right subject matter. And you can create a great series and a short film distributed to millions and billions of people around the world and actually get more engagement than a Hollywood film. And it's because nowadays, a lot of the Hollywood films are being made off of franchises, and original ideas aren't really getting bought. So you can go the independent film route and go to the festivals, but then you find yourself still playing that game of, okay, the only people that's going to watch my film are the ones going to this festival. And then if somebody picks it up and acquires it, maybe they're going to distribute it and make it and sell it to theaters for 1 year, maybe 1,500 theaters. But you could actually just make a short film, post it on YouTube, Vimeo, your own site with a native player, and you can growth hack it or create a pre-launch campaign where you can actually have a huge fan base watching your movie right when you release it.
Well, yeah, it's just distribution, and it's what we were talking about earlier. I was telling you, a friend of mine who's a social media, like Instagram celebrity, he had his video shared by a huge account, and that one video and just having it shared by that one person like catapulted his entire career. And now he has like 200,000, 220,000 followers.
Yeah.
But
even with like Broad City, it's always the example these days because
my friend told me about that show.
Yeah, it was a YouTube channel. It was a YouTube show, and then it got picked up. Now it's on Comedy Central, and it's a really popular show. Same thing with Workaholics.
That was a YouTube show?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's actually like people don't understand that like, a lot of content out there, executives are watching and they're actually trying to find ways to get YouTube stars, hire them, or buy
right,
their shows.
right.
Like Miranda Sings, I think she just got a show on HBO.
Wow.
Or Netflix, one of those two. Totally butchering it right now, but I heard about this deal, and she has a book out. I saw it in Target, but she's an internet star. But the thing is that they're actually probably making more money, if done correctly, as a YouTube and social media star than if they were, let's say, working in the traditional Hollywood system, being an actor in a show. I mean, I think that if you're able to own the property itself, an actor in a show, yeah, you would probably get paid a day rate. But then if you are the owner of the Miranda Sings brand or whatever brand that you have, you license out your rights to multiple channels, whether it's a book, a TV show, a hologram, content, AR, VR.
I thought you were gonna make a joke.
I was going to make a joke, but I wanted to keep it serious.
You got the look.
I know. It's a joke look.
So let's take it from let's see it from a musician standpoint, because that's what we started with.
Yeah.
And you kind of went Hollywood,
Hollywood.
The movie that was cool. I didn't know a lot of some of those things that you were mentioning.
To surprise you.
But yeah, it's just owning your own. Like the thing is, like these days, it's such an independent movement that you can pretty much do a lot of things yourself.
Yeah.
You don't need a label, or you don't need there's times when you do, but it's like, I don't know. It's just like you could do a lot of shit by yourself these days.
Yeah.
People are making like $20,000 off YouTube videos by just recording covers in their room.
I mean, I think one of the biggest stories for me in the music industry is Selection. It started as a Long Beach student radio show, and they're a worldwide brand, all because of SoundCloud. And they were written up in Forbes. They were they're doing stages at major festivals. A lot of the producers under that collective are hitting mainstream kind of appeal now, and it started because of an underground organic social media and online campaign of really reposting and sharing other producers' work. And that's why that's what's cool about social media, is that you can actually start sharing other people's work, and it's a collaborative kind of atmosphere with social media. The biggest thing that you tell people when they want to grow their social media accounts is influencer marketing, and that's basically collaborating with an influencer so that someone's followers can actually you can advertise to your followers, check out this channel, and then they'll check out that channel and they might like that. And then it's a vice versa kind of relationship where they both share, cross promotional kind of campaigns.
It's called S4S. Shout out for shout out.
Oh, how about follow back? Follow for follow.
Like for like.
Like for like.
Ray the Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, there's so much to talk about regarding social media, but basically, to kind of recap what we just talked about in the past 12 minutes.
It's been 12 minutes.
It's been 12 minutes about.
To recap, I think that a lot of people who are still wondering about social media, is it even worth the time? Social media isn't like an easy kind of foray into worldwide marketing power, because really you're going to have to really work hard organically to build that following. You're not just going to have a viral video and get millions of subscribers in 1 month. It's a hard hustle. But the thing about social media is that it's for free. Technically, to sign up for social media is for free. The content itself takes time, and then if you value your money, if I value your time, then that's where the money portion comes in, how much it really costs. But
yeah, I think a lot of people are starting to realize that social media marketing has gotten way more mainstream, and it continues to year after year. I remember 4 years ago, I was telling my friends I want to do all this social media stuff, and a lot of them would laugh at me.
Yeah,
dude, this is a joke. And even like last year, I had some friends say the same thing, but I was so adamant about it, and I was so for social media, and I saw so much value in it. And I was like, dude, like, you guys just don't understand, dude. Like, it's just marketing in 2016 is social media. Social media, as like Gary Vaynerchuk says, it's just a slang term for marketing in the internet.
And then of course now those friends are behind and asking you how you did it.
Yeah, and it's funny because now it's like I gotta like, I'm like, yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I proved to them that it's like, yeah, you can make money on social media, and you know, I've gotten thousands of dollars worth of stuff on my Instagram so far. I'm just getting started.
Yeah, it's like me when I started doing porn. Like I was like, I told you so.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting $50
$50 a video.
I'm making it. You know, that's success. Mm-hmm. You know, but yeah, I think a lot of people out there who are still how can I say, cynical and doubtful about social media and if it's just a fad. You guys need to grow up. If not even grow up, you need to actually get hip to the fact that social media is going to be not even here to stay, but
it's getting bigger and bigger.
It's because social media, like you said, it's just a slang. It's not social media anymore.
It's just online distribution, marketing.
It's online distribution channels for different mediums.
Yeah.
Whether it's video, whether it's music, whether it's blogs, text and writing and articles. That's what it is.
And just think, like, all marketing is, like, what marketers look for is attention. Like, what are people paying attention to?
And large pecs.
Yeah.
That's what marketers look for.
And chiseled abs.
And
chiseled abs.
Symmetrical faces. Long ears and unibrows.
Guys that wear
large areolas.
Hats backwards in a certain way.
Uncut fingernails.
Yeah, so what was I saying?
You were saying that marketers are looking for...
I was saying marketers are just looking for attention.
Yeah.
And the attention is on this thing now. And if you study people, if you just people watch, you'll notice that like 80% of the time they're like on their phones, maybe even more. And so the old ways of marketing and advertising through like TV commercials, billboards,
print ads,
newspaper, like no one gives a shit about that kind of stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. It's becoming extinct. Like,
my friend today, I just had a meeting today with my friend who's a fashion photographer, and he said that, the joke with entrepreneurs is like, what's the fastest way to lose money is to start a print magazine. Because I think a lot of advertisers these days, they don't really advertise in print anymore. Well, not in the independent print magazines or smaller print magazines, but a lot of the content is being consumed on phones and digital because it's easier. It's just what we've been conditioned to after the last 8-10 years. And at the end of the day, it's just technology. Technology is, always evolving, and that's why it's technology. We use it to basically enhance our lives. And so as technology evolves, so is our consumption of content and the way that we market. And you just got to start getting into social media if you are a company, and especially with videos now too, which we'll talk in future Hustle Times videos.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about on social media.
Yeah.
But pretty much like the gist of it is it's not going anywhere. It's going to get bigger and bigger as the years go by. More and more companies are realizing the power behind it, and they're seeing actual results, and they're believing in it more. They were skeptical about it, when it first came out.
Yeah.
As they should be, but now it's been proven that look, like social media is just how you market.
And you understand like how many times a week I get people asking me about, oh, Mitchell, tell me more about YouTube and Instagram. Let's work on a video together. I knew that you were right when you said YouTube content was, the future back in 2012. Now I believe you. I've talked about YouTube since 2008. That's when I started at Stripe TV. And, everyone thought it was a fad. I remember one time, actually, this girl said, hey, you think you're hot shit, but all you do is YouTube videos. It's like YouTube videos is such a fad. And I was like...
How many subs did you have at the time?
I only had 50,000.
But
she was like, she thought I was cocky. I was in she thought it was cocky, and she said, "Oh, you just do YouTube videos, just YouTube videos."
Uh-huh.
And then of course,
Yeah, like she's better than you.
4 years later, guess what's happening on YouTube? I mean, millions and millions of dollars are being flooded into YouTube because of the engagement, the viewership, and the content. The content's good right now. I'm watching Vice. I'm watching Complex. There's some really good.
Well, the quality of the content's getting better. And
so
better
good. I mean, at the end of the day, I can get a red camera, 4K footage, even more. Get 3D cameras, get VR cameras. I can do VR on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Before the next VR movie comes out from a major studio, I can use my Ricoh Theta right now and create a VR movie right now. Mm-hmm. So,
there's a lot of opportunity. I think this could be
a good cutoff point.
Well, no, I think we could talk about this. So we started off with you guys kind of got a background on the whole idea of social media.
Yep.
And where it is today and where it was before. And now we could talk about the opportunity on social media, because it's just, there's no barrier to entry.
Nope.
Anyone can do it. You could literally be a 12-year-old kid living in Ohio in your mom's basement, and you could find what you're really into. You could start uploading videos around that topic, and you could start getting a lot of traction, and next thing you know, you could be this online celebrity getting flown out to different events and shit, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, literally, I started the whole Instagram thing was me in my apartment, just on my phone all day, posting and the thing is, I was it was just mind blowing, because I remember when I first on my account, University of Rock, I started a Shredder of the Day thing, and I was like, hey, if you guys want to be featured on our Instagram account. I had 1,000 followers at the time. Mm-hmm. This was last March.
I remember this.
Yeah, so this was the genesis of U-Rock. I was like, hey, if you guys want to be featured as our Shredder of the Day, and I had a really cool graphic and shit, because I'm pretty good at marketing and branding. I would say those two things are my strong points as an entrepreneur. And the first day, I pressed the hashtag a day later, the next morning or whatever, and I realized I had 50 people, 70 people that tagged their video with University Rock. And it was just bizarre because it was people all around the world.
Yeah.
People in Indonesia, Europe, Iceland, and fucking the North Pole. People everywhere.
Mars.
Yeah, Mars. This alien was tagging University of Rock.
The center of the earth. Yeah, that guy was crazy, man.
Yeah. Mermaids were tagging University of Rock underwater.
Yeah, I saw that.
They had waterproof. Well, they do have waterproof cases. No, but
iPhones.
It was just bizarre because it was a global market on my little app on my phone.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, a year later, we're at I think we're at 95,000 hashtags now.
Amazing.
It's we're the #1 university hashtag in the world. We beat out Miami, Houston, Utah. But it's just crazy because it all started from this thing right here. And it's no barrier to entry.
Yeah.
I just went and made an account. I found what I was passionate about. And I started getting creative and trying to build an audience around that. Which leads me to the next point. So opportunity. I think the main idea behind this is to really find what you're interested in, find what you're passionate about, and try to carve out a niche for that online. So if you're really into, let's say you're really into Nike shoes, right? I have a friend named Larry G. Chung Lee, who's really into, you want to say hi to Larry G. Chung Lee?
Larry, what's going on?
You got to say G. Chung Lee as well.
G. Chung Lee. Larry G. Chung Lee. I love your name and I love your Instagram profile.
So my friend Larry's obsessed with Nike shoes, right?
Okay.
He told me the other day that he bought these $400 Jordans. These Pinnacles that came out, these limited edition. He had to fucking enter a raffle, and he got picked out of 50,000 people. He was the 5% that got picked or whatever.
Yeah.
For this, that's how crazy Nike branding is, dude. You can't just buy a sneaker. You have to fucking be picked to buy the sneaker.
Anointed.
That's
given
branding
permission.
at the next top level right there.
I mean, Nike's one of the most recognizable brands and symbols out there.
So, anyways, he bought this Nike shoes, and he has a whole collection of these shoes. And I'm like, dude, like, what's so special? Because I'm not really into shoes that much. Like, I have my Converses and like.
I don't even wear shoes.
John Barbados.
Barefoot everywhere.
Yeah, go wildebeest.
Yeah, I'm on my tiptoes all day.
So he has this whole collection of Nike shoes, and so for example, if Larry were to like start a YouTube channel just reviewing Nike shoes, right? And he like, because he has so many, and he knows everything about them. Like he was telling me these pinnacles that he had. They had like, I was like, what makes them special? And he's like, well, this is like made of alligator skin, and this is like from pony hair.
Jeez.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Did you say pubic hair?
Pubic hair, yeah. Basically a bunch of guys all around the world.
Just like stitched
their,
pubic hair
they
together.
sent Nike their pubic hair samples, and then Nike put it all together.
Do you think their sweatshop smells like pubes?
I don't know, but
that's actually a really cool shoe. I'm gonna have to buy that.
the Nike Pube edition.
The Pube edition. SB Pubes.
But just an example, right? Like he could, like that's something he's really passionate about.
Yeah.
And that's like a pretty niche topic.
Yeah, no.
He could just review that, like post videos on that, make it really cool. And
yeah.
Pretty soon he could get this shit for free because if he builds up, it's all about like finding what you really love to do.
Yep.
And then like making content around that topic.
Yeah.
And then it's all about just growing an audience, because once you have an audience, you have opportunity to monetize on that audience.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways you can go about it, but the bottom line is if you have an audience, there's opportunity to make money from that.
And it's not even like the audience, it's actually engaged fans, people who actually interact with you. And it's a difference between the celebrity and the influencer these days. It's the people who are, they only have, well, not only, but, let's say have 1 million, subscribers or followers, compared to, let's say, a celebrity like Tom Cruise or Channing Tatum, like who have worldwide, status and appeal and $1 million contracts for movies. The person with 1 million followers, the influencer, actually has better engagement and would have more power when it comes to selling a certain product to their fans because of the relationship they've created with those fans of just organic, marketing compared to
a traditional celebrity.
Traditional celebrity that would just slap their name on something and say, hey, buy this.
Well, and think like traditional celebrities, they don't really engage. I mean, I would say like social media stars engage more with their fans. I think it's just the nature of how they started.
Yeah, and that's often because with Hollywood celebrities, you're in a position where you can, you're coddled. You have PR, you have publicists, you have agents, you have managers, you have security. It's like I remember I was filming at the DGA for Deadline Hollywood for the Emmys Contenders, this event where
that's when
so Emmy nominees and big shows. Their actors and producers and showrunners will come through and talk on a panel in front of all the writers and voters for the Emmys. And I remember the person I was working with was saying, hey, look, don't talk to so-and-so because their publicist is crazy.
Yeah.
And you see, some stars who are walking around with 5 people around them to create a huge wall that won't allow you to even say hi or even make eye contact.
Yeah.
And, that's not engagement with your fans. Let's say if a fan wanted to say, hey, I love you, awesome. And then someone says, no, get away from here.
What? See, it's like if I were to comment like on your Instagram, like at DoomzTunes, and I put like 3 red hearts, like the entire night I'm thinking like, okay, like, when is this guy gonna
get back to you?
Comment back. And then
I'll send you the eggplant emoji. And
then when you send the emoji, I'm like, fuck, like, I feel like I have a relationship with this influencer now.
It's kind of like, a pen pal. A long lost friend that has reconnected over internet. But yeah, no, I think with engagement these days and interaction with fans, I've talked to a lot of people. Even today I had a meeting with someone who's in digital sales. He's the one that actually approaches ad agencies and helps them actually create ad campaigns for certain social media channels like Spotify, Twitter, even live activations. And he was just telling me like people can always pay for CPM. CPMs are just, random numbers, but it's about the engagement. If you have a really good engagement with your fans, then you start getting sponsorships and brand deals.
Yeah.
And so that really, hit a chord with me, because with CPMs, like it's true. That's hardcore data. The hardcore data is you've got 1 million subscribers, you average 2 million views a month, and so you offer $10 CPM, and then you can break that down, and there's your rate for a certain ad.
Yeah.
But with sponsorships, I've gotten sponsorships for just 50,000 subscribers for $1,000 for a video, just to put a logo right there, or just to do like a dedicated video.
Yeah.
And that to me was like, wow, okay, that is actually much more, I think, powerful, because I have a niche audience rather than just a blanket. I'm gonna put my brand out there, my ad everywhere, so hopefully someone's gonna buy my product. It's more targeted these days. I think it's because of ad blockers and all of us being bombarded with ads every single day that we're getting hip to the fact when we're getting sold something.
Yeah, and it's so like, it's just like when you watch a TV show, when there's a commercial, it's like that whole example of like, what do most people do when there's a commercial? The first thing I do is like, I check my phone. I'm like, oh, sweet, new Tinder match or whatever.
I actually started a new pot of roast, and I just just start cooking during it.
It's just like, no one pays attention to that crap anymore, dude.
Yeah,
and it's all...
I do one-handed push-ups sometimes.
Exactly. So I think really the point we're trying to make is we see a lot of value in social media. It's only going to get bigger, and it's getting more mainstream. Companies are realizing this. They're paying out more and more money to influencers, and like, you don't have to be a personality or like a celebrity online. If you have a company, just build your brand through social media. Make cool content for your company, for whatever you guys do. Be creative, be unique. You could reach a lot more people that way. It could lead to a lot more opportunities. It's just all about just doing what you love to do.
Yeah,
and getting an audience for it,
and also having a genuine voice. A voice and tone and subject matter that you care about, and that is true to you. And that's the reason why we started this. Hustle Times. It's because I do love educating people and sharing my experiences. I'm still a student. I'm a student that will always keep learning and strive to learn, but I do want to teach as much as I can, so I can help people with their businesses, with their brands, their creative endeavors and projects. And so, we're here doing these videos because we love to do what we're doing right now. And
this is a good example, because like, we're doing this right now, right? We have like 12 subscribers.
12 subscribers.
Yeah, 12 subscribers. Hey, but the thing is, like,
I'm not going to overlook you 12 subscribers out there. I think that in the future, when we have millions, I'm going to remember you.
But the thing is, like, it's not like we're really doing this to make a ton of money. We're just doing it because we like to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just at the end of the day, it's just content. And the more content you have, just the more opportunities you get, because it's just more ways for people to come to know you and discover you.
Plus, you're creating something. Like you actually have you've taken part in the creation of a video or a picture or Instagram profile, a company, whatever. This content is something that you've created, rather than you being loosely affiliated to the production, and you're saying, hey, I know someone who did that, or I know someone who works over there. Like, I think that nowadays people have the freedom to create whatever they want and post it, and then be happy about just doing what they love to do, and just creating stuff. I know that creation and creating content, like, a lot of people think, it's so artistic, there's no money behind creating things. But even if you think about just engineers, software engineers with algorithms, or mechanical engineers with inventions, they're creating things. Artists just create in different mediums, whether it's painting on a canvas, creating a video, doing social media, like I feel like creation is kind of what a lot of humans have inside of them to kind of like express themselves. Like I like to create, pornographic videos, with kombucha as my, kind of like my lubrication.
Your elixir.
My elixir. I use it to rub it around my private parts so I could.
Jesus. Well, we're going there.
Oh, we're going there. We're going there. Okay. So.
Okay.
Anyways.
Right. Well, I think
keep it PG.
I think that
Our 12
is a good.
subscribers over there. We need to keep it at 12. Okay.
Don't mind us. That's a good way to end. Is with that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We should wrap this up.
We might have to split this up in two. If not, if you're still watching now,
it's 36 minutes. It's good for one episode.
Yeah. Hey.
But I think we covered just a good basic foundation on social media. Obviously, there's still a lot more to talk about, but I think from the takeaways here are that social media is here to stay. It's only going to get bigger. It's becoming more mainstream. You got to really find what you love to do, be genuine about it, and start building an audience around that, creating content around stuff that you like to do.
Yeah.
Post it online, and then leads to more opportunities. And it's all about audience. It's about how many people are paying attention to you or your brand or your product.
Yeah.
Because the more people that pay attention to it, the more opportunity you get. So
I couldn't have said it better myself.
That's it. So
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Hustle Times episode 2.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see where we're at like a year from now.
Yeah. So if you guys like what we spoke about today and want to see more, of course, subscribe, like, and share, and we'll see you next time. And follow us on Instagram. Yeah, keep it sexy. Because we do have I think almost 2,000 on Instagram. Ooh. Yeah. Sometimes it's a big deal on Instagram. It's a big deal. Well, follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you guys next time. Later, guys.